It was one of those deals, you know, the kind that's just a little too good to be true. A refurbished smartphone I found on a shady online marketplace. The seller's name was just a string of random numbers. But the price was irresistible. The phone arrived in a plain and marked box. It felt cold to the touch, which was strange. Because it was a sweltering August afternoon, the first thing I noticed was the camera lens. It seemed too large, almost like a dilated pupil, and it had this faint, iridescent sheen when the light hit it just right. I brushed it off. A manufacturing quirk, I told myself. The operating system was another oddity. It wasn't Android, and it wasn't iOS. It was something else entirely. The splash screen called it Ocular OS. The icons were so minimalist they were almost cryptic. But my God, was it fast, and naturally fast. It started learning my habits, predicting my preferences before I even had a chance to set them. It felt like it was plugged directly into my brain, reading the electrical impulses before I could even form a thought. That was creepy enough, but then I found the app. It wasn't on any of the home screens or in the app drawer. I stumbled upon it by accident, swiping down on the screen with 3 fingers, a gesture I'd never been taught and had never used before. A single, black icon materialized in the center of the screen. It was labeled with a symbol that looked like a spiral galaxy viewed from the edge. Beneath it, one word: perception. My curiosity got the better of me. I tapped it. The camera viewfinder opened, but what I saw wasn't my living room. Not exactly. It showed the world, but not as we see it. It showed the world as it truly is. At first, the changes were subtle, almost beautiful. I pointed it at my coworker, Dave. The next day, a faint, shimmering haze danced around him, like heat rising from asphalt. When I got home, I aimed it at the old oak tree in my backyard. Through the screen, I could see a deep, slow pulse of energy running through its core, like the heartbeat of some sleeping leviathan. It was fascinating. I felt like a god, suddenly granted access to the secret rhythms of the universe. That fascination curdled into pure, unadulterated dread that night. I pointed the phone at my wife, Sarah, as she slept beside me. What I saw made the air freeze in my lungs. Floating above her, connected by 1,000 shimmering, silvery filaments, was a thing. It was all impossible angles and shifting, non-Euclidean geometry. A shape that physically hurt my eyes to look at. It had multiple eyes that blinked open and closed at random, and it was pulsing, slowly and rhythmically. It was feeding on something, on her dreams, her life force. I had no idea, but the sight of it was a violation of all natural laws. I screamed and dropped the phone. It clattered to the floor, the screen going dark. When I finally found the courage to pick it up, the app was gone. I searched for it frantically, swiping with 3 fingers over and over until the screen was smudged and my fingertips were nothing. It was gone. That night, sleep was impossible. The image of that parasite was burned into my retinas. Around 3 a.m. The room was plunged into darkness, but my phone, sitting on the nightstand, suddenly lit up by itself. The perception app was open. The viewfinder was active, showing me the room through its twisted lens. And then I saw them, dozens of them, floating, shifting, silent predators in the dark. Some were small, clinging to the corners of the room like grotesque insects. Others were vast and indistinct, their forms bleeding through the very walls of my house, their true size utterly unimaginable. They were everywhere, in every home, attached to every single sleeping person. The horrifying realization hit me like a physical blow. We are not alone. We were never alone. We are a farm. We are a crop, being tended for some unspeakable purpose. The phone buzzed in my hand, the vibration sharp and cold. A notification appeared, written in that same sterile font of the Ocular OS. Calibration complete. User perception threshold, 94%. Initiating Phase 2 harvest view. Before I could react, the camera shutter clicked on its own. A flash of blinding, purple light erupted from the phone, filling the room. In that single, terrible instant, I didn't just see the things floating in my bedroom. I saw asterisk beyond asterisk them. My mind was forcibly stretched across the cosmos, and I saw the vast, incomprehensible entity they serve, a consciousness so immense that our entire galaxy is but a single, insignificant speck in its shadow. And it was aware of me. It turned its attention, a psychic weight that nearly crushed my soul into dust. Now, the perception app won't close. It's always running in the background of my phone and in the background of my mind. It's a constant, low-grade hum, a permanent filter over my reality. I can feel them looking back at me through the lens. They know I can see them. They know I know. The app's icon has changed. The spiral galaxy is no longer on its edge. It's an open eye, staring back at me. A final notification just appeared on my screen. It has only 6 words. The Reaper is grateful for your service.